Hello, my name is Mohammed. I'm running Board of Education election this year in Atlantic City. We are running Board of Education as a team. My position is number 3 and number 4 TORRES MAYFIELD, number 7 GWEN Lewis. We are running Board of Education as a team.
What we have to start doing in order to help to, the achievement gap that the Asian community have that's above the school district now is with the new core curriculum standards that's coming in that is mandated by the state. First is to make sure that the teachers are qualified to teach the new core curriculum standards that are coming in. Also to make sure that the students is getting a proper education by having the teachers certified and qualified in order to teach to bring the standards forward, but together to work as a community and to work with the parents, the students, and the teacher so we can have them achieve a better education as they do in the Asian community.
The Asian children really excel. Those schools that are performing above level are predominantly populated by Asian children. And I'd like to see more Asian people within the instruction part of the educational process in Atlantic City. There should be more Asian teachers, more counselors, and as well as the halal food, because it's important that the children have a proper diet to learn in an environment that will help them progress even better. And that's why I think that if we all come together as a community and work together and not segregate certain groups of people, we would have a better educational platform for our children in Atlantic City.
The QSEC report is a self-evaluation that the school district does to themselves every 4 years. This year, March of 2014, is 5 categories. You have personnel, governance, operations, curriculum, and instruction. Now, out of that, you have to get 100% above 80 in all 5 categories. They got 100 in personnel, governance, and operations. But in instruction, they got only 62%. Now, you have so many teachers with 100%, but you only come back as instruction with 62%, so they failed the state mandate in order to pass.
Well, it's my understanding that I believe it's this year they're going to incorporate the core curriculum. And with that, what they're going to do is, what they're supposed to do is to bring all your children at a certain level so they can compete with children throughout the world, not just this country, but throughout the world. So with that, there's a better mechanism in place, or should be, that would measure the education that they receive to make sure they're on where they should be at each step in this process. So with proper instruction, we also going to have, the teachers are going to be evaluated, and it's going to be visible for everyone to see if their children aren't reaching that level that they should be at, how many children are failing and why they're failing, what part of the core curriculum that they're lacking. So with this new system that they're putting in place, it's not only being done in the state of New Jersey, but it's my understanding it's going to be done throughout the country, and we're going to be able to compete more for jobs and throughout the world, and we should be at the same level as all other children. So I'm hoping that with this new core curriculum that we will reach that level with our elementary school children.
Well, the way that I feel is education starts at home with the parents. And in the city of Atlantic City, as we see the children as they go to school, we have to make sure that they have the proper nutrition, that they have the proper sleep so they can stay up in class in order to get the education that the teachers are supposed to be instructing them in. All teachers should be certified and qualified to teach the classes that they are, whether it be 1 through 12. They should all be certified and qualified to teach the children that's there.
I sort of defended the new core curriculum against what is actually happening today in the school system. We are lacking tremendously right now in the pre-K through the 3rd grade. And I'm hoping, my point was that I'm hoping that this new curriculum and this new evaluation process will help us improve in that area. I see children in different communities in those same pre-K through 3rd grade excel over our children. Something is not being done properly here in Atlantic City.
And the core curriculum standards that they have that's in place now, it has to be taken on the computer by evaluation. And it has the HESPA, and not only the HESPA anymore, it even has the ASVAB on there that you can take for the military. In order for the children to pass, and also with the next gen, where they also have to take algebra as the children growing up, as the children being educated in 1st to 3rd grades, they have each standard that each child should make as they progress on the way up to high school in order to pass. And if they don't pass during that time, then they're going to have to go back and be re-evaluated again. My position is, with the new standards that's coming in, and just to go a little further, the teachers now have to have a 3.0 grade average in order to teach in 2016 in the schools in the state of New Jersey. Right now they have a 2.75. So with the new standard coming in, and an old standard that we already have, to me, is kind of confusing the children a little bit, because you're trying to implement these standards which you didn't give everybody enough time in order to implement. Then they got to change from one system to another one. But this is where we come together as a community and volunteerism to teach our children the standards that they need to pass and graduate, from high school to look for a career, not just high school, but with the standards that's coming in that they have now to put together. But one thing really that is missing is having teachers that live in the community, because the teachers that also live there in the community can also stay after school and help educate our children to proceed better with the new curriculum standards that's coming in place.
Education is a big business, and our children are just a small byproduct of that. And I'd like to reverse that and make our children the basic part of education in Atlantic City. There's a lot of waste going on with the tax dollars. I believe that if we utilize the funds that we have available for educating our children, we get a better quality education.
Okay, after we elected, we're gonna provide our children more physical games, and we're not gonna be waste of money. We make sure the taxpayer money is safe.
Start with $200 million, approximately $200 million budget that was approved and passed by the elected officials on the school board in April, and no one in the community saw or heard about it, had no knowledge that the budget was approved. It used to be approved by through the election process, but now it's changed since the election is in November. So they approved this budget. There was no oversight, and we don't know where the money's going, how it's going to affect our children's education, and there's a lot of things that I am now aware of that's wasteful spending. There were 3 brand new large trucks bought for the administration that cost over $115,000 for the 3 trucks. There's a lot of special interests with contracts. The attorneys, who really never win any cases, they were paid over $2 million this year in bills alone. There's a problem. There's a problem with how that money is being spent, and there needs to be more oversight, more transparency in how it is being budgeted, and the community is overtaxed, and the children are lacking of quality education. And that's why we need the 3 of us to sit and oversee what's going on that school board.
You don't use a gas card 45 times in 1 month. That's wasteful spending. You're giving stipends to secretaries. That's wasteful spending. But is the quality education and the tax dollars working for our children? It is not.
Children learn what they see. And how can you instill a policy when you yourself bully your administration and your subordinates? There's some administrators who have sexually harassed people. They've intimidated people, taken their jobs from them. And certain people get favors where others don't. It's unfairness. And that's what we want to do. If I can't vote a policy out or make a major change, what I can do is make it visible to the public as to what's going on within these walls of the Atlantic City School District.
There are teachers that are being bullied, and the teachers also bully some of the students. So it should be across the board. It's a very good idea that I would like to see, because growing up in Atlantic City, and I'm a student of the Atlantic City School District, we had teachers that lived in the community along with administrators. Teachers like Ms. Jackson, Mr. Hill, that lived in the community, that when the hours after school was done, you still could have went to them and spoke with them about an issue or a problem that you did have, and they took an interest in the community and they helped shape the community. Now we don't have that. Mostly all the teachers, they live offshore, but they still come into Atlantic City to work. And if they would live in the city, they would have a better relationship and an understanding to the children in Atlantic City.
In closing, we would like to say that this is not monopoly money. It is Atlantic City. We are dealing with your tax dollars, and we want to oversee the spending of your money. Numbers 3, 4, 7. Vote for us on November 4th. Thank you.